G'day, today we're going to have a look at the mini metro level of Tokyo. You can see that my closest is painfully close, and I did record that in 1997, and so there is a very defeated me at the end of that video that is a little bit funny. But alright, let's see how we go. Now this level I have played more than any other level, I would say. I've only played up to Moscow, so I've only had a look at the first 5 levels to this point. But I would say of the 5 I've looked at, this one seems to be the hardest, and I'm not sure why. I would sort of say that it's because there's water involved in it, and it seems like if you're having to also factor in bridges to what you're doing, that can just add an extra degree of difficulty. But I don't know. Maybe it's just bad luck. Maybe luck just swings some ways on some levels and not on others. Definitely, I assume in some of the videos you've watched of mine, you can just sort of be unhappy with the luck that I'm getting that you might not have enjoyed yourself. And that is definitely something that I've not enjoyed on this level, especially with a 1997 finish. Boy howdy. But alright, so the sort of layout of this level, and I've played this one enough times that I'm starting to really pattern the way that levels work. What this one will do is, I can guarantee you, this island here is going to have yellow houses on it. This island here is going to have purple houses on it. Reds and blues are going to be intermixed sort of in this area here. And what else are we going to have? Rose gold we're going to have up this top corner. As blue sort of fills up here, it's going to move down to that bottom corner as well. As this fills up, yellow is then going to move to this top right hand corner on the other side of this water, you can see in the top right hand corner, and dark blue is going to move up there as well. So there's definitely a pattern to the way that I guess levels are zoned housing wise. The warehouses I think are a little bit possibly more random. I mean, I can sort of, it possibly because of where you're putting your roads. I would say with some confidence that early in this game we're going to see a rose gold warehouse end up somewhere on the top of this peninsula here. That's an island actually, so that wouldn't be a peninsula. Top of this island. But with some confidence I would expect to see that up there because I've seen it so many times when I've played this level. So yeah, it does seem like there is a fair bit of it's same different, I guess, where it's very similar to what you've seen before. Now, in theory, that would mean that what you could possibly do is plan for what you want to do. So something I have done in some levels, and I can do right now because I just picked up as a group of 30, is say done this. I will wait for you to show me where my yellow warehouse is going to be before I let you build me houses down here. But if I'm blocking off houses down here, then it means that I'm definitely going to get those houses up there. But I will get those houses up there anyway eventually. It's only if I do have a warehouse down here that as soon as they give me that warehouse, I can go, okay, great, I do want to have this available to get someone to it and open this up, because no one else will go there. 100% promise you these are going to be yellow houses. I also promise you that these will be purple right here. Alright, we'll take a motorway. Seems to be that every time I build something on this outskirts part, they try and just have someone else who's going to be even more inconvenienced by it. Now, one thing that I have I've found with this, and I'm not sure if I've said this in one of my videos before, but this I think is a really good thing to know when playing this game. I think that what happens is that as jobs come up, they come up every few seconds or so, but they come up more rarely. Cool, so you can see he's up here, so give me houses up here please, I don't want them down here. Whoa! That's new. There you are. That's my familiarity. Now I do have a bridge and a motorway and a second motorway. So what I can do is let's get this guy down. Let me think about this. Can I get around that and send him up? Yeah. I'll just wait for some of that road to be reclaimed. Alright, now we can sort of work the opposite way with these guys. Obviously what I'm attempting to do here is isolate the different lines. That is absolutely no surprise. There's my guaranteed rose gold up here, and that's my my community of rose gold is going to breed like rabbits in that top corner. Probably the biggest surprise about this is what I consider rose gold to be as a colour. I have no idea what else to describe that as. Again, unsurprising that we've got our purple houses down here. We'll get rid of that because we just need it basically for purple. Take the motorway and then we can get rid of that. And then you can forget everything I said about that island. Let's lock him up again. Now definitely this style that I'm doing where I'm just sort of doing shortcuts around everywhere is going to fall flat in its face at some point. But until it does, we will ride it to its death. From what I've looked at through the achievements of this game, and one of the achievements I have seen is to have 9 highways in a single level. And I don't know about anyone else, but that feels like that's the hardest achievement in this game. I mean, obviously getting 2,000 and few of these is sort of is going to be hard, but luck will factor into them. But I feel like even the luck of having to have 9 motorways. I mean, stop using my other people's roads yellow. It's the second time you've done it. Yeah. Filthy animal. Alright, we'll take the bridge. Pause for a second. Now, the good thing is that we probably don't need that guy anymore, because this guy can now be catered to by them. And this guy has got a little bit more company up top to cater to him. I mean, I haven't answered the question of what we do with these guys. There they go, breeding like rabbits. Anything I can do for these two guys. Let me take their road back at least for now. Make better use of that. I could cut off this one blue. I mean, he's got his dude still sitting in his live without for now. That. 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 Even if it's just that one guy connected to him, I think for now, it's Sunday, we can live with that. I've already got 2 bridges. I don't think I'm going to need any more, so we'll take the roundabout. We'll stop and we'll look at what we've got. Where did this guy show up? Why have I been neglecting him? He's going to cause me problems. Alright. So what we're going to have to do, I think, is share with others to get him addressed. So what we'll do is we'll put a... Oh no, I've got a motorway. How long have I been sitting there with a motorway that I've not been using? Either way, let's put this in here. There's no point in making these guys go through the roundabout just for the sake of pretty. Let's save our road where we can. Okay, and actually what we'll do is we'll make these guys connect up this way. I'll get rid of that and make him do that just to save thing, and I'll also change my way that I've done that just because there's no point in making them travel away from... Did I just not have that? I do. Where is it? It says that's 3 and that's 1. I've put it down. Yeah, monkey. Alright. Alright. Redesign. This guy is probably more needed there because this is a major dude. These guys, let's put him to there, that there, and shift him forward 1. Traffic lights would do me. Am I shy 1 there? I'm shy 1. Don't quite fully understand its objection there, but who am I to argue? Just going to put that there just so the house doesn't build itself there. This is one of the big differences between other levels and Tokyo as well. As you can see, this sort of just absolute stacking on top of each other, meaning that you're just creating congestion on these sort of key points is something that this level seems to really enjoy doing. Uh, 30 tiles, I think is my preference for this next wave. Thank you. Very rarely does it actually listen to your requests, so I've got to be sure we're polite if it does. how many of these purple houses we actually need to get connected. I'm not going to use the tiles just yet. What I'll do is I'll flick around the top here and get those two guys connected. I can see they're not on the move, but that just means I've got all that road I can sacrifice later. Now, still unbelievably, this guy is operating alright with it's only two yellow houses. It surely can't last much longer. The biggest problem I think that they have though is that there's that they're now having to share that intersection with purple. Should consider as well whether I want to bring who did I say I could sacrifice? That road up there. Oh, there are guys using it. Being very generous with purple housing. Not that we need it. What we need is a roundabout, really. See if that makes that move a little bit smoother. It's almost like at this point it's given me more houses than what I really need. At this point, I will say that that definitely will change eventually. In fact, I'm amazed at how few just yellow houses I have in general. Like I've only got 2 down here and then 5 up here. Not that many houses for blue either. These guys are going to be no help. Alright, now we're going to have problems. I think, yeah, these guys are going to have to take care of that factory. Or... actually, we can flip this around. That will cause more congestion for yellow. So what we can do is put an outcrop here and shift that from them to them. Have these guys take care of the smaller one. Alright. So let's think about this roundabout and what we can do with it. And who's in need of a roundabout. I would probably say these guys here are... but is there anywhere that a roundabout will fit? Now, in theory, I can shift the layout. So what I can do is that, then just adjust this to give it a little bit more room. Oh, I probably need a bit more room than that, so it's not going to work anyway. As you were, fellas. Let's move you out of the way. So, if we put an exit from here to there, and that's that. And then we try and split the different housing groups into different ways that connect to that roundabout. Hopefully it'll make that a little bit less messy, because I think that they're going to have problems. Going to have these guys style problems. Okay, so we've got 17. I don't really want everyone connected to that one point. I mean, he can be up there, that's fine. He can still get his job done. Okay. So what can we do about this guy? Not even that, apparently. That red guy's already causing so much grief. Alright, let's knock these guys off. Let's change our mind with you and let you do that. Now what we could do as well, how many spots have we got? 3. We could run across here and let some of these back guys connect to it. I just noticed this guy's grown up, and we don't have any way to get guys down there. I mean, what we could do is we could shift this up here. Okay. And then what we need to do is get from here to there. None of these guys have left home, so let's claim all of that. Who else hasn't left home? These two guys. And I mean, I realize that the whole mess of this is now not going to be used because they have to come back the other way, so I can really sort of just decimate all of that. The problem's going to be here is that this won't disappear until these guys finish going along it. That is in dire straits, and they won't do anything about it until that bridge moves. So this possibly could be the end of this anyway. Okay, cool, 10 more, so we'll go there. There's only 4 guys managing this. So we'll hopefully those guys can figure this out nice and quick. I mean, it's not looking too bad over there at the moment. This isn't looking good. so let's pause for a second. Now, what was my big problem? Everything. I think everything was my problem. So we'll build yellow around here. Probably these two guys up here. So what I'll do is I'll shift him to that, give these guys that extra assistance. The other thing I'm going to do is put him to there and then bring these guys to here. So they've got the choice of coming back or forth, and they can just go straight through. Now these three guys that are attached to that still, but beyond them, we are a bit weak up there. Now the other problem is purple, but purple only just had their shift take place, so they're in a sort of, I guess, a transition period. So that's fine. Let's go there. Okay. These guys. Okay. What we want to do is get as many of these as possible off that main road. Which might be trickier than it seems. I've only got one, so I can't sort of ditch him. We're definitely hitting the danger zone of this one. These guys coming in here, these guys coming out there. Let's just sort of play it for a moment, see how we're looking. I think purple's going to recover this a little bit more now. This is sort of definitely slowing yellow's movement through here. So let's just give them a few guys that aren't going to pester them in that way. Now I would like to give these guys a roundabout that I can just put there and let these guys sort of go either or, as opposed to having to sort of congest into the two of these. What I will do is give these guys access to it as well. There is only 3 houses that are coming up this way. The rest will be coming from down here, so these guys can have access to that. And you can see that all of them have immediately sort of come out of their houses. Now I've actually caused that congestion there myself, because I've just suddenly surged so many houses into that intersection. But because I need another highway, I think that if I could get rid of this, put a highway in, and sort of design it with an intersection, perfect. But otherwise, this could be problematic. Now that initial surge is gone, they're looking okay. Great. So, another motorway. These guys are already addressing that pretty well. These guys are getting down here, and there's no congestion here, which is nice to see. Blue is still going alright, and they've actually gained a few more houses in this section. So what we will do is, I will start off with this. And I'll put it on that road. So put it there and connect it there. Now that that exists, we'll get rid of that one. Let's see how we go. Now the trickiest thing about this game is that you've got to be on top of anything that's about to be a problem. You can't sort of, it's not mini metro style where you can wait for it to really be a problem and then just suddenly dump a dude there to solve it. It is, you've got to address it as it comes. So what do we need to address is the big question here. Now, one question we can ask is, why am I making these guys travel so far to get to here? The hub of these guys is here. So I could adjust this to make it more efficient. In fact, let's shift them this way. Is that going to be more efficient or less efficient? Does it truly matter at this point? Are they the problem? Is purple the problem? This is actually flowing really nicely down here. Just realised we've got just these two cars are still just taking care of this guy. That is heroism right there. Alright, let's now all these cars are actually being used, so let's put a dude right here because these cars aren't being used. We'll put that on that line just to give them, even if it's just a quick top up to stop that guy from sort of being the problem. Alright, we are looking good. We look like we might have finally beaten this guy that's beaten me so many times. There we go, 2,000. That's like an achievement for using, I think it's 100 motorways over my course of my time, which does really tell you how many times I've played this level. I didn't notice too, I don't think I've noticed until this time I've played, that that buildings will flash blue, or like they'll flash on and off if they're not actually connected to anything. I'd not noticed that before. Ah. Unfair. Okay. Alright, so this is where we can just try and shift quickly, because like I said, I think that the only role that this guy was doing was just sort of improving their sort of well-being. So we can probably live without it and just have that one house catering to them. I mean, in theory I could just sort of do this, and there we go, there's two houses that are going to work for them as well. Now this is going to start to jam hard, so let's pause. Now, what we can do is we can get rid of this piece of road here. We'll move that out of the way so we can see. Connect that there, and then connect these two guys here, because their role is going to be to run that way to get to yellow. So yellow should no longer need to come through where purple is working. I realize I've just cut off purple by doing that. No, they're coming up there, that's fine. This purple has been cut off from there. So what I'll do is I will add a outlet that way. Hopefully it looks normal. No, it doesn't. It looks weird. Great. And we'll put highway 6 on that one. And that can address the other side. So slowly we'll see the yellow cars get out of this mess. It'll just become purple cars, and that'll clean that up a fair bit. Hang on. Okay, what's happening here? Alright, this is becoming a mess too. So, part of what I think the mess is here is that we've got guys that need this, and the guys that need that are both traveling through the same way. So what we can do is sort of disconnect this. We'll give 5 houses the role of doing this, and then everyone else's job is to take care of this guy. Hopefully that, there we go, they kindly gave us another guy to work on this one. That will hopefully relieve its congestion as well. He does look like he's going to be our one that falls apart here. But I mean, the flow of traffic there is really nice, and when you do make a change, it does take like a little while to adjust. So that's doing all right. This is insanely well for a level that I've played so many times. I guess when you get it, you get it. Let's connect this guy and this guy. Now, I don't like... Oh, sorry, was we about to die? No, we're still going. I don't like that yellow does have to pass through this and go so slowly. But I mean, they're still handling their business with that guy. And it is just this guy that is still our problem. So, let's go nuts. Let's put Highway 7 in there. And get a few more guys just in there helping. Let's swap these guys around too. Because if everyone came out of these houses to go, and those guys are going too, then I guess all hands on deck. Now that yellow's starting to go as well. So what we could do, this guy's okay for the time being, so what I might do is shift this to here, and then just pivot these 5 houses to this side, take them off the road, those guys. Just sort of rely a little bit more heavily on these guys to do that work. I mean, we're over 3,000 at this point, so it doesn't much matter what we do. It is nice to sort of see how far we can go, especially it's nice to beat a level that's so truly beaten me before. These guys here too actually can connect to that if they need it. I think everyone's about to go here, I think. Short of another motorway, it would be nice for 2 more motorways, and then I can get that that 7 achievement I mentioned, but I think I'm definitely going to go well before then. Spot fires everywhere now. Not even going to give me a motorway. It's alright, let's just watch the world burn at this point, I think. You can definitely see the amount of congestion that's flowing in here now. But I mean, as long as there's just cars there that are doing the job, I'd say blue is probably going to sink us here. But that was a really good one. Oh, we're still going. There we go. It ended up in a white one. Sorry, a square one in the end too. 114 days is definitely a long time. Alright, there we go. That's how you do it. That's how you get to 2,000. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Until next time, I will see you next time. Well, obviously, that's what I'll do next time. Alright, catch you later.